It's the most populous country in the European Union, it shares borders with 9 other countries, and it's an economic powerhouse. These are just 3 of the things that you will learn about Germany. Hello everyone, welcome to the GeoFocus channel, and my name is Paul. Before I get started, I want to say thanks to all of you who have already supported Langfocus and GeoFocus on Patreon. If you haven't seen my Patreon page yet, please have a look and see what you think. If you value my channels, then please consider becoming a patron. Okay, and on to the main topic. Today we are talking about Germany. The Federal Republic of Germany is one of the most important countries in Europe. With a population of 81.5 million people, it is the most populous country in Europe, and it is an economic powerhouse. In fact, it has the largest economy in Europe, and it has the 4th largest economy in the whole world. Germany is located in Western and Central Europe, and it shares land borders with 9 other countries. It is bordered by Denmark to the north, by Netherlands to the northwest, by Belgium and Luxembourg to the west, by Switzerland to the southwest, by Austria to the southeast, by Czech Republic to the east, and also by Poland to the east. It has a total land area of 357,012 square kilometers. That makes it the 62nd largest country in the world, and that makes it slightly bigger than the Republic of Congo and slightly smaller than Japan. This is the current map of Germany, but Germany used to be much bigger at one point. Here is a map of Germany prior to World War I. Its land area was more than 50% larger than it is now, occupying land that included much of present-day Poland and Denmark. Germany has a number of different geographic regions with differing landforms. The northernmost third of the country lies at a low elevation and is characterized by river wetlands, sandy soil in the northeast, and marsh-like conditions in the northwest near the border with the Netherlands. Moving south to the central area, there are more areas of forest. Moving further south, the elevation increases as we enter the southern areas, which are characterized by hills and mountains, some of which were created by volcanic activity. The highland regions extend to the east and lead into the Ore Mountains on the Czech border. The east-central part of the country, south of Berlin, is similar to the north of the country, with rivers, wetlands, and sandy conditions. And then, of course, there are the highest, most mountainous areas in the German Alps. There is quite a dramatic variety of elevations in Germany. The highest elevation is 2,962 meters in the Alps, and the lowest elevation is 3.54 meters below sea level in the northern lowlands. One of Germany's most important features is the Rhine River. It begins in the southeastern Swiss Alps, defines part of the borders between Switzerland and its neighbors, Liechtenstein and Austria, then flows into Germany and forms part of the border between Germany and France. Then it flows through the Rhineland of western Germany, then into the Netherlands where it drains into the North Sea. It is the second longest river in Central and Western Europe after the Danube River, which is another important feature of Germany. Beginning in the Black Forest in southwestern Germany, the river flows for 2,860 kilometers through Germany, then travels through 9 more countries before draining into the Black Sea. The climate of the country is a combination of temperate oceanic climate in the western portions of the country, on the one hand, resulting in mild winter and summer temperatures, and a temperate continental climate in the eastern portion of the country, resulting in more extreme summer and winter temperatures. Then, of course, there are the alpine regions in the south, which are colder and get more precipitation, something which snowboarders and skiers are very happy about. There is no consistent dry season in Germany, and it can rain at any time of the year. I've only been to Germany once, and that was just at Frankfurt Airport to change planes, and I looked outside and it was pouring rain, and that was in the summer. The Federal Republic of Germany is comprised of 16 states. 2 of these states, Berlin and Hamburg, are city-states.
Stadtstaaten.
One other is the Free Hanseatic city of
Bremen,
which is kind of like a city-state. It consists of 2 cities,
Bremen,
and
Bremerhaven.
there are 13 other area states. In German they are called
Flächenländer.
These are
Baden-Württemberg, Brandenburg, Hesse, Niedersachsen,
or Lower Saxony,
Mecklenburg-Vorpommerisch, North Rhine-Westphalen,
or North Rhine-Westphalia,
Rheinland-Pfalz,
or Rhineland-Palatinate,
Saarland, Sachsen,
or Saxony,
Sachsen-Anhalt,
or Saxony-Anhalt,
Schleswig-Holstein, Thüringen,
or Thuringia,
Bayern,
or Bavaria. The most populous state is North Rhine-Westphalia with a population of over 17.6 million people. The capital city of this state is Düsseldorf, which has a population of about 605,000 people. That makes it the 7th largest city in Germany. That doesn't sound like a very big city, considering that it's situated in the most populous state in Germany, but Düsseldorf is actually part of a gigantic metropolitan area called the Rhine-Ruhr Metropolitan area, which altogether has a population of over 11.3 million people. It is an uninterrupted megacity that is considered polycentric. That means it doesn't just have one central city with a bunch of suburbs, it actually has several central cities. Another well-known city located within this megacity is Cologne, with over 1 million inhabitants. And if you've ever wondered, then yes, the men's fragrance Cologne does come from Cologne, Germany. Other important German cities you've probably heard of include Hamburg, Munich, Frankfurt, and of course Berlin. The largest city in Germany is Berlin, the capital city of Germany, and one of Germany's city-states. It has a population of 3.5 million, making it the second largest city in the EU after London, and its metro area has a population of 5,871,022 people. But some of those people lie outside the borders of the city-state. Today, Berlin is simply the capital of Germany, but prior to 1989, the situation was not so simple. After World War II and until 1989, Germany was a divided country with two capitals. Bonn was the provisional capital of West Germany, and East Berlin was the capital of East Germany. West Berlin was part of West Germany, but it was completely separated from the rest of West Germany and was completely surrounded by East German territory. Beginning in 1961, West Berlin was enclosed by the Berlin Wall. The wall divided the city until 1989, when it was torn down during mass civil unrest and signaled the end of the communist regime in East Germany. For more than 4 decades, East Germany was under communist rule, while West Germany was busy building a free market economy. Since the reunification of Germany in 1990, the two areas have mostly been successfully reintegrated, but there are still some lingering effects of the division. For example, there is a lower percentage of young people living in the former areas of East Germany. That's because after the reunification, educated young people left East Germany and went to the more economically developed West German areas. And still to this day, the average income in the former East German areas is lower than the average income in the former West German areas. It is only about 3/4 of the average income in the former West German areas. The language of Germany is of course German. There is the standard German language, but Germany also has a number of distinct dialects, some of which, for example Low German in the north, are different enough to be considered separate languages. For more information about German and its dialects, check out my video on the GEOfocus channel right here. If you visit Germany, you will likely hear some foreign languages as well. That's because Germany is the second biggest destination for migrants in the world after the United States. Around 16 million people in Germany are of foreign or immigrant descent. That's around 20% of the population. This proportion of foreign or immigrant residents will likely increase in the coming years as Germany accepts more migrants and refugees from the Middle East. Around 7 million of these 16 million people are non-citizens. The biggest group amongst them are Turkish people. Many were brought to Germany as guest workers to work in factories short-term, but ended up staying long-term in the country. About 61% of Germany's population is Christian. That includes 29.5% practicing Roman Catholicism and 27.9% practicing a form of Protestant evangelicalism, and 3.3% practice other forms of Christianity. 34% of the country are non-religious, and about 5% of the country are Muslims. That's a number which has been increasing due to quite large-scale Muslim immigration. Germany is an economic powerhouse which produces world-famous automobiles like BMW, Mercedes-Benz and Volkswagen, clothing from companies like Adidas and Puma, beer from companies like Beck's Brewery, and industrial machines used all around the world. Chances are that you use German products every day without even realizing it. This German ingenuity is nothing new and stems all the way back to German composers like Bach and Beethoven, whose influence is boundless. Thank you for watching the GeoFocus channel. If you have any additional information about Germany that you want to share, then please share it in the comments down below. And also be sure to subscribe to GeoFocus and LangFocus, and check out my Patreon page if you think that my content is valuable. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.